Welcome to Envisioned Broadcasting Radio, your station for empowerment, music, and talk radio. EB Radio presents Empower Hour with Jaresha. A show that shares the stories behind the journeys of leaders, influencers, and motivators. The Empower Hour with Jaresha begins now.
Ashley Blanshaw is a singer, songwriter, solo music goddess, motivational speaker, activist, and advocate for mental health awareness, and author. She has written 2 books. You can get physical copies of both of her books, My Journey to Recovery and Also Inspirational with Ashley Blanshaw on Amazon.com. Ashley's 3rd solo music album, Ashley #Unfiltered Part 2 and other solo music albums can be found on United Masters, Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, and SoundCloud, and Ashley Blanshaw. Follow along on social media at Ashley's Facebook page, Ashley Blanshaw, Instagram, at AshleyLove509 Clubhouse, at AshleyLove595, and also Twitter, at I am Ashley Blanche.
Good evening. Welcome to Empower Hour with Jaresha. I am your host, Jaresha Moore-Smith, and I am a best-selling author with over 19 years of combined experience in education, finance, healthcare, business management, and sales. I am the CEO and founder of Empower on Purpose, where we provide leadership training and professional and personal coaching and consulting services, and also the executive director and certified coach, speaker, and trainer with the John Maxwell team, as well as the owner of Envision Broadcasting Radio Station. And if this is your first time tuning in, I am so happy that you are tuning into the show this evening. I want you to know that I believe you have the power to be great, have great, and do great. You just have to be willing to unleash your greatness and take action. So on this show, I speak with leaders, motivators, and influencers who want to share their stories and journeys to empower the world for growth and success. Tonight, I want to give a huge thank you to all of you amazing listeners who tune in each and every week around the world. I thank you for your continued support. So every single week, we actually take a look at an empowerment quote that we are pondering and how that empowerment quote can empower us for growth and success. This week, the quote that we are pondering is the best way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing by Walt Disney. Now, this quote is truly one I feel like we need to talk about. I feel like we need to post it on our walls. We need to put it into an action every single day. And I don't know how many times we have either said, we've said, I'm talking about starting a business. Or you've said, or even have heard someone else say, well, I've always wanted to write that book, or I want to go back to school, or, what about, one day I would love to have that garage sale and get rid of all the stuff that's piling up in the garage. And what about starting a podcast? And some of us have said, and I can honestly put my hand up and say this as well, that we've talked about starting that health and wellness plan, that diet plan. And then what happens? We talk a good game, but often the action is not there. Or we may start with the action and have really good intentions, and then we lose our way. And then being consistent just goes straight out the window. And so some of us just give up, but many of us don't even take that step. There is a question that I like to ask my clients, and that is, what would you do if you knew you wouldn't fail? Now, I'll tell you, the response that I get from asking this question is typically filled with all kinds of amazing, amazing dreams that are shared and aspirations. And if we knew that we wouldn't fail, we all would have a huge list of all kinds of great things. I believe our list would just keep growing and growing and growing, and we would be more willing to try new things and do things different because we knew that it would be a success, right? So, it truly, truly amazes me how many of us are so quick to, say, yes, I want to be successful, and raise their hand, yes, I want to be doing, have all, I want to be doing, have everything that I want in my life and live in my greatness. But when it comes down to it, when it comes down to taking the action, some of us are just not willing to put in the work in order to make that happen. We make up excuses for not taking that action. We let fear stop us from taking action, and we are so quick to give up. This quote truly makes me think about some of the greats, those who inspire us to do better, those who have paved the way, those who have invented many of the things that we take for granted today. And guess what? Each and every one of those, each and every one of them, they did not talk about it. In order for them to be great, in order for them to create those inventions, they had to start taking action. So today I say to you, we have talked about it long enough. You have talked about it long enough. It is time to put in the work. It's time to start doing. Today is the day to start and keep going. Keep doing. Keep doing even when you want to give up, even when you want to quit. Keep going when they talk about you. Keep going when it feels like you're not good enough. Keep going even when you get rejected. Keep going as though your life depends on it, because it does. Now, I have mentioned this question on the show before, but this question is such a great question that I feel like I truly, truly need to mention it again today. And I want you to ask yourself, and that, of course, I already mentioned, if you knew you wouldn't fail, what would you do? What would you try? But the question that I'm talking about is today and every day. I want you to ask yourself, if today were the last day, your last day on the earth, would you be doing or whatever you're about to do? Would that be what you would want to do for that day? So again, I want you to ask yourself, if today were the last day, would I want to do what I'm about to do today? This is such a powerful question. It will help you stop talking and start doing. But let's continue the conversation of doing, because my guest this evening is truly amazing. And she is going to share her journey with you about how she is helping women entrepreneurs to level up their business. She is helping women entrepreneurs to level up their business by unveiling their authentic selves, discovering their purpose, increasing their self-confidence, and destroying self-defeating obstacles. I am so excited to welcome my amazing guest, Karena Calhoun. How are you this evening?
Good evening, Jaresha. Oh my goodness. I am so excited to be here. I am like oozing with love right now. You have no idea. I could listen for hours.
Absolutely. I'm so excited to have you on the show to share some of your some of the amazing things that you're doing. So, I have your bio right in front of me, but I would love it if you would tell everyone, tell us, about Karena. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, ma'am. So I live in Richmond, Virginia, and I love to tell everybody this. I am currently doing life with my best friend and my husband, and we are absolutely enjoying life right now. Yes, even during a pandemic, because we have one another. We are what I like to call each other's battle buddy and prayer partner, amongst other things. But I am absolutely enjoying life right now. We are really building out our business, which is WarKry Consulting Solutions. We are helping women across the globe. As you said, Jaresha, we are helping them to unveil their authentic selves, discover their purpose, and really crush their goals. And that's really what I've got going on right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I love that. I love the fact that you say that you're enjoying life and that you're doing it with your hubby. I love that because can I
Yes.
say I just I just was recently married to my amazing my amazing hubby and it's something about being able to enjoy life with your partner. So I love
Mm-hmm.
that. I love it, love it, love it. Absolutely. And how you both are, truly just on the mission to help empower, help women level up, within their business. And so of course you are a certified mindset and life coach. And I think that is
Yes.
truly, truly amazing. And from one coach to the next, salute you absolutely. But
Yes,
talk to us a little
ma'am.
bit about, the types of coaching and the mindset, as well as, how you kind of intertwine the life coaching and all of that when you're working with your clients.
Absolutely. That is really a great talking point. So, with life coaching, we know that life coaches, we help individuals, whether male or female, and there are some life coaches for children, but we help individuals really identify their goals and then provide those strategic steps with them, help them identify those steps that they need to take to really crush those goals. And so I marry that with also the mindset piece. I want to help you get past the low self esteem, the lack of confidence. I want to help you get unstuck, not just with your goals, but in your life, period. I want you to be able to think from a positive standpoint, begin to reframe some things that maybe has happened and look at them not necessarily as potential curses, but can we
Mhm.
pull out some things that was it a blessing in some type of way that we can extract from that situation and then be released from the past and not really deep diving into the past, but really finding who we are authentically and moving forward with that. So it's really about resetting our minds. And that's what I absolutely love to work with.
Absolutely. I love it. I'm just, have a big old smile on my face because I'm like, yes, yes, yes. And
Yes.
when I say from one coach to the next, I'm just like, it just, and I know you are passionate about it as well. Just that whole mindset,
Hmm.
as you mentioned, it's just, you have those women that you work with that have those goals and and I'm sure they come to you and they may be have this defeated mindset or
Yes.
um, just feeling stuck and not sure which direction to go. And it's so amazing being able to really pour into them and really
Hmm.
help them tap into their potential. And I love the fact that you're really helping them with the low self-esteem issues and all that, because at the end of the day, you know in order for us to grow anything, we have to be willing to grow ourselves and learn how to grow
Yes.
ourselves first. So I
Absolutely.
absolutely love that. I love that. And so as you're helping those women entrepreneurs, can you just share a little bit more as far as, so some of the ways you're really helping them level up with their business?
Absolutely. Jarisha, I just I want to say this. Sometimes, and I'm sure you are able to do this as well, because it's not just because we have gone through the certification and we know how to do this based
Mhm.
on book knowledge, but we also have discernment. Okay. And
Mhm.
so we're
Mhm.
able to, and I'm sure you're able to do the same, but you're able to really people watch, and you can
Mhm.
see when people are not showing up in their business authentically. You can see when they're
Mm-hmm.
not showing up in their business in the most impactful way simply by their speech, by their
Yeah.
actions and behaviors and things like that. And so when women come to me, Jaresha, they come to me not really knowing what they need to do to get themselves to the next level. They have no idea. They know that there is a block. They know that
Mm-hmm.
they want to be able to make more impact in life. And so, and I'll just give you an example without giving names, of course, but I've had a woman that was 60 years old, and we were on a Zoom call. And it just literally, I get close to my client. It broke my heart because she looked me in my eyes in the Zoom call and she said, Karena, at 60 years old, I don't know my authentic self and I don't know what my purpose is. And so when you have this going through your mind or through your being, really when you try to have that business out there, you may be able to make money. Listen,
Mm-hmm.
this is the age where money is being made, but are you making the true impact that you were ordained and destined to make? And that's the change that I want to be able to bring into just really across the globe, because I want
Mm-hmm.
women to not just make the money, but I want them to come in and exact impact the way they were designed to, and to do that so that it is fulfilling for them and it's fulfilling for those that they come into contact with. And so when women come to me and they tell me, listen, I know that I'm supposed to be making impact. I know that there's more for me to be doing, but I'm not really sure. Or then there's some that say, I have an idea of what I'm supposed to be doing, but I have these thoughts that stop me. I mean, I have a whole list of thoughts that I have curated that women have said. I don't feel like I'm qualified enough. I don't feel like, I feel like I'm too small. I feel like, that people are going to think that I'm a fraud or a fake. There's all types of these thoughts that women encounter on a daily basis. And so these thought patterns have been holding them back. And so I want to crush those. Those are demons to me. I want to crush those. And I want women to
Absolutely.
be free. I want them to really live the life that, I'm just going to be honest. I think I can be honest here, but the destiny that God has planted within them, I want them to be able to do that.
Yes, absolutely. We want them to live in their greatness. I absolutely love it.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yeah. And it's so important. And I can truly hear the passion coming through just as you share, more details as far as, how you're empowering those women, how you're really helping them to, make that transition and make that shift. Because at the end of the day, as you mentioned, it's not about the money, when it comes down
Mm,
to when it comes down to your why and your purpose, of course we need to have money, but at the end of the day, it's about the impact. Like you said, it's
mhm.
all about who you're going to be able to impact, who whose life you're going to be able to change. And I think that's just so good. It's so good. And so I absolutely just want to again commend you for the amazing, the amazing lives that you're actually impacting as well. It's truly amazing. Truly, truly amazing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
Jerisha, if I could say this as well, you know, what I feel, what I feel is what I want other women to feel in their business.
mhm.
I have
Mhm.
never ever been a morning person, never, ever.
Mhm.
But when I really leaned into my purpose, not my passion, keep in mind there's two different things. There's passion and there's purpose. I've been in both. And,
Mhm.
but when I
Mhm.
leaned into my purpose, I don't need an alarm clock in the mornings. I am literally jumping out of the bed, ready to go at 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning. Literally ready to go. Simply because I know what I'm going to be doing that day. Not necessarily a task list, but the fact that I am bringing the impact that I was literally created to bring. And so when you're married to your purpose, that's what happens.
Yeah.
I jump up every morning. And unfortunately, at night, when it's time to go to bed, I literally have to make myself go to sleep because I'm so excited.
Mhm.
And that's what I want people to feel. Whatever your business is, whatever, if it's a career or you're self-employed, whatever it is, I want you, whoever you is, them, everyone, women, I want them to feel that same thing because the Bible says that every joint supplies. So if we all lean into our purpose and every joint does supply, then guess what? There's change across the globe. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine if everybody was in their purpose?
That's right. Oh my goodness. Wouldn't that be truly amazing? I just,
Yes.
when you say, for one, let me just say, because I'm a part of the 4 a.m. club, so we have to work out in the morning, and I'm with you. So we're, obviously both up together, just happy, and other people may look at us like, "What? You get up at 4 a.m.?" But what you just said is so serious, and it's so powerful because it's so true. When you are married to your purpose, getting up at 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, whatever time you don't even need an alarm clock because you
That's
are
right.
up and ready and just, so I absolutely love that. We are definitely sisters with 4 a.m.
Yes. Yes.
Love it. Just love it. It's all about owning your purpose. Absolutely. So I want to talk a little bit about the fact that, of course, you began your coaching practice back in 2018, and you actually started as a side hustle. And so
Yes.
if you can tell us a little bit more, because of now you've made it your full-time endeavor. So share a little bit more about that journey that, you were on from, having that side hustle to now being full-time in your coaching business.
Absolutely. And it really boils down to the quote that you shared by Walt Disney. The best way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. In 2000, I'd say 16, 17, I had this inclination that, hey, I'll start a coaching business and I'll, get started. And at that time, Jaresha, I had been in the financial industry for over 20 years. I was in high-level management. I was an assistant vice president in a corporation overseeing 4 departments, just having fun, living my life, doing the thing, and I just kept feeling like there's more that I want to do. And I had always wanted to help individuals in their finances, learn how to do, money saving and credit and purchase homes. And because there's so much to my story. And so I wanted to share all of this. And so in 2018, I called myself spending thousands of dollars to become a certified financial coach. Thousands of dollars. Do you hear that? Thousands of dollars. This was my passion. It was, oh my goodness, it was my passion. And it didn't work out because that wasn't my purpose. I found myself frustrated every single day because I was called to help women with their mindset and their lives. Two separate things. And so in 2019, I went to work one day. My husband and I had just purchased another home. We had put our condo on the market to rent. We had tenants in there. I went to work, and it hadn't even been 30 days that we had just purchased our home. And I went to work, and the company that I had been working for 7 years, they announced we're shutting down effective today.
Wow.
This was pre-pandemic. I had to get some things in order. I had to stop hustling, and I had to become a full-time business owner. That was when everything was up against the wall. You're going to either sink or swim. And so at that point, I realized I have to stop playing around. Because honestly, I was playing with the idea of entrepreneurship. It was a side hustle. And I'm not saying that everyone that has a side hustle is playing or they're playing with the idea. But for myself, I relied heavily on that paycheck. And so I had to deep dive into who I really was what impact I really needed to be making. And I had to go through a serious process. I had to unveil my authentic self. I had to discover what my purpose was, and not just the things that Karena wanted to do, but what was it that I was called to do. And so that's how I came to mindset and life coaching. I have been helping women back from 2009 when I would do outreach with women, helping them change their lives, change their mindset. And God said, you've been doing this for years. It's just never been called life coaching or mindset coaching. But I had always been in my purpose. I just never knew it. So that's how I got started as a mindset and life coach. So that's why I tell people, you really have to deep dive into what's your passion versus what's your purpose. Because my passion was to help in the way of finances. I can help you with that. I can do that. That's great. That's wonderful. But that's not where my purpose is. My purpose is to help you get your mindset situated, transformed, and then get your life together. Okay? Just being honest, I like to tell people I'm not coming for you. I'm coming for what's holding you back. Okay? And so, yeah. So, I want to make sure we are living, because finances, listen, I was helping people who would clean up their credit and get their savings together, and then in 6 months' time they were right back in the same cycle. Right back in the same cycle. So what I do now, this is a forever change. This is forever. This is for you to not just put on a mask or partially remove a mask. This is for you to transform literally from the inside out into who you were destined to be.
Absolutely. That's so good. That's so good. That's awesome. That is so good. So along the lines of course, with moving from the side hustle to your now full-time coaching business, I'm sure there are so many people out there that's listening that's saying, you know what, I definitely want to do the same thing. I want to, eventually pull out of pull out of the corporate world and just work on my full-time, being an entrepreneur and work on my business. What big piece of advice would you give to someone who has that side hustle and they're truly looking to turn that hustle into their full-time income?
The first thing I would say is this something that you are willing to do for an extended period of time? And really, truly, what's the purpose behind it? What is your reason behind it? What is your why? If your why is that it's only to make some money, then, be honest with yourself and say, this is something that I plan to do for maybe a year or two, and then I'm going to move on to something else, which is fine. Listen, no judgment zone. But be honest with yourself. But if it's your purpose, then you're probably going to have to do some really good deep diving into what your purpose is and what you're willing to do and how you're willing to really bring that transformation for people that you have been called to bring.
Absolutely. That's such great advice. Such great advice. So I want to shift gears just a little bit because, of course, you have shared some amazing, tips with us. You've also shared, some of the stories behind the amazing work that you do with helping others or helping women discovering their purpose and really increasing their self-confidence. And, as you put it, destroying the self-defeating obstacles. But I want to know more about Karena and what makes you feel inspired and what makes you feel like you're being your best self.
Well, what inspires me, honestly, is, and it sounds cheesy, it sounds cliche, but life inspires me. I have, and this was even before the pandemic, Myself, like most people, most women, I've had traumatic experiences. I've had trials and tribulations. I've had all types of things. I've had situations where I know for a fact, without a shadow of a doubt, that I should have been dead. And so that inspires me. It inspires me that I actually woke up and I have another day to bring change. That literally inspires me. It causes me to smile when I wake up. It causes me to have joy. Um, you know, Family inspires me. I love family. I love people. So some of the most simplest things absolutely inspire me. Believe it or not, Jaresha, I am an introvert. I am an extreme introvert. People would not believe it when I tell them that, but I am. But I love people. My heart is for people. So people actually inspire me.
That's awesome. And I would have never guessed that you were an introvert. So I'm probably along with, everyone else. I would have never thought that. Absolutely. How amazing is that? That's truly, truly just so amazing. So when you look over, your journey, your growth journey, and all of the things, of course, those successes, those wins, and at the same time, you've had failures, and we've made the mistakes, and life teaches us lessons, and all of that. But when you look back over that journey, if you could do things over, would you still choose the same path, or what would you do different?
This is a question that I actually ask myself periodically. I do a self evaluation, probably several times a year, and I ask myself that. And there have been a few times where I'm on the fence of would I or would I not change, but ultimately I always come back to the same answer. I would do the exact same thing. Absolutely, I would.
Absolutely. Isn't that something? Because I'm with you. I honestly say, I know that I've had tons of obstacles, challenges, and, we approach all kinds of barriers, and, we get knocked down, we get back up. But at the end of the day, every one of those things I feel like is necessary. It's necessary because as we're on this growth journey, we learn along the way. And so that's where, as we're learning along the way, really just being clear with others and telling them it's okay. It's okay because we're gonna have those growing pains. We're gonna go through life and go through, those ups and downs, especially when you're launching a business. There's all kinds of ups and downs that you're gonna have. So I absolutely agree with you. Although we're of course on two different paths, but yeah, I just can't say that there was, would be something that I would, do differently or change anything along this course. So that's really, really good. That's really, really good. So if you actually had one piece of advice, and this question is one that I like to ask everyone that comes on the show, just because we're all about empowering others for growth and success. So if you had one piece of advice that you would give to the listeners right now on how they can empower their own growth and success journey, what would that be?
I would always have to go back to finding out who you are authentically and what your purpose is. And not, Jaresha, not just finding those out, but actually taking the steps to begin to move in that direction.
Absolutely.
There are so many things out here for us to continue to really build out our information vault, which I absolutely, I'll just be honest, I despise, trying, there's this information junkie phase that sometimes people can get into. And instead
Mhm.
of moving on the information, they hold it. And so find out who you are authentically. Discover what your purpose is. But don't just find out. Don't just discover. Move in that. Take action. Take bold action. I
Mhm.
like to say, I tell people all the time, take bold action like within the next 24 hours.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Yes. That's so good. Take bold action because action is so necessary, as we've
Hmm.
been talking about throughout this whole entire discussion. It's so necessary to take action.
Hmm.
Karina, I just think you are absolutely amazing, so amazing. And
Thank
I thank you so
you.
much for sharing, your story, your journey, and talking to us more about how you're really empowering women out there. Please share with us how we can stay connected with you and how we can support your efforts.
Absolutely. I try to make it as simple as possible. I have a link tree. It's linktree backslash Coach Karena, Karena. You can visit my website through this link tree. You can visit any other events that I'm having or hosting or being a part of. Anything that is related to me is in this link tree. It's link tree again, backslash Coach Karena. And I actually have a Discover Your Purpose 1 hour free workshop coming up on May 22nd. And the registration is actually in that link tree. So I would encourage ladies out there, come on
Yes.
in. I will be taking some steps towards you really discovering what your purpose is. It's going to be so power packed, so informative. But as I like to say, you've got to take action steps. So I will have
That's
homework for you.
yes. Homework is good. Can we say that? It's a good
Yes,
thing.
yes,
It's definitely good because
absolutely.
it helps you work on yourself. So homework is
Hmm.
good. I love that. So tell us again, what is the name of the seminar that you have coming up?
It is going to be, it's Discover Your Purpose, and it's a 1 hour workshop, and it's on May 22nd at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you go to my link tree, you're able to register there. And, it's going to be on Zoom. So I am really looking forward to this, truly looking forward to this because I know it's going to be impactful.
Absolutely. In closing, I want to mention this because I truly feel that probably within I know it has to be since the pandemic that I have had several conversations, and I'm sure you can probably say the same with so many people who is recognizing, and it's almost like they are waking up and realizing, oh my gosh,
Mm.
I need to discover, I need to figure out what my why is and my purpose. I don't think I've had conversations before with as many people as I have, and so I definitely think that is much needed because people are at a point where they want to know their purpose, and I really feel like everything that has happened, with the pandemic has allowed people to really put things in perspective. And so, because they're putting things in perspective, they're looking at it, looking at life and saying, you know what, I need to figure things out. I need to do something for me. I need to be able to show up for me and really figure out what am I here for. And so I definitely would encourage all those that are listening, please, 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 this is definitely a workshop that you want to be a part of. I am looking forward to it, and you're going to learn so much. You're going to learn so much, from Karina, but you're also going to learn a lot about yourself. So, again, Karina, I just want
Hmm.
to say thank you so much because this is truly, I think it's so necessary for us to be able to have these conversations and really be able to empower, others, empower women so that they can actually, take that action that we've been talking about this whole
Yes.
discussion. So absolutely, absolutely. So again, I thank you, and I'm looking forward to actually being a part of your workshop as well. So I thank you
Absolutely.
all for tuning in to Empower Hour with Jaresha this evening. We have had an amazing evening, and Karena has shared some amazing things with us about her journey and how she is truly on a mission to help women entrepreneurs level up and level up in their business and truly unveil their authentic selves and discover their purpose, increase their self-confidence, and destroy those self-defeating obstacles. And if you are interested in starting your own show or being a guest on the Empower Hour with Jaresha show, please, please visit www.envisionbroadcasting.com. Again, if you want to share your amazing story and journey to equip, encourage, and empower others for growth and success, please reach out to us to learn more. And please tune in next Wednesday where you will hear an amazing story and journey from another leader, influencer, and motivator. Until next time, stay safe and be blessed.
Thank you for listening to the Empower Hour with Jaresha, where Jaresha speaks with leaders, influencers, and motivators who share their journey in personal and professional growth, empowerment tips, lessons learned, and keys of success that will empower you to your best self. Follow Jaresha on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Jaresha Moore, and visit www.empoweronpurpose.com. Remember to be intentional and be empowered, and have a great day on purpose.